So you want to be a physique, men's physique.
I want to be a lot leaner because the shoulders aren't coming.
So Milos, oh, you want to be a men's physique competitor? I mean, that is an insult. He's doing that on purpose to try to put him down. Jay Cutler clearly does not look like a men's physique competitor, but Coach Greg, and in today's video, Jay answers the question, how much cardio is he doing? How much should you be doing? How much cardio did he do back in the day? And is doing an hour of cardio in the morning and 30 minutes cardio at night different, as in burns different amount of calories, than doing 45 minutes in the morning and 45 minutes at night? If you want to know more about cardio and Jay Cutler, stay tuned to find out.
You know, I upped the cardio from like 40 minutes to a full hour in the morning because I think it makes a big difference, that 40 to 60 minutes, that extra 20 minutes.
And so Jay Cutler recently increased his cardio from doing 40 minutes in the morning to an hour in the morning, saying that makes a big difference. Well, of course it does. That's 20 minutes a day times 7. That's 140 minutes of cardio a week. The amount of cardio he added to his plan equals nearly the 150 minutes of cardio that I preach that everyone should be doing each and every week. Remember, he's doing zone 2 cardio. He's not doing HIIT cardio. All these people think you need to do sprints and intervals and all that to burn fat. It's not the case. In my opinion, zone 2 a lot better. It's easier on the joints, easier on the body. Don't get as tired and you can recover. Jay Cutler is 50 years of age. He's on way less testosterone than he took back in his day, but he looks absolutely incredible. He was close to 245 pounds and had to make the decision. Did he want to go for that full, bigger look or to have the shreds? Remember, the leaner you get, the lower your body fat, the less swole you're going to look. Your muscles are not going to be as pronounced and full looking because they're more shredded. If you want to get shredded, for example, 4% body fat, you have to come to understand that you're not going to have as much fullness as if you, for example, have 10 to 15% body fat. And so please take your pick. Jay Cutler says, I want to do more cardio because I like to eat. Quick interruption. Like the video if you liked it. And if you like my content, subscribe faster than last time so that you can be the first one to get notified. It really helps the algorithm. Back to the video.
Now I do another 30 minutes at night. Nothing high intensity, neither session. Cardio allows me to be able to eat more.
Rather than cutting his calories down, he prefers to continue to eat plenty of carbs and do more cardio. I 100% agree with this. I'd rather do cardio than have to starve myself every single day. When you do cardio, it lowers your genetic set point for body fat and allows you to eat that many more calories. Think of it, in total, he's doing an hour and a half of cardio a day times 7 days in a week. That's over 10 hours of cardio a week. And because of his size, I expect that he can burn close to 1,000 calories in an hour and a half. Jay Cutler, weighing close to 245 pounds, while doing cardio, if he's in fact fit, which I do believe he is, he does cardio year round, I think that he could be burning 1,000 calories a day. And so without changing his diet in the slightest, 1,000 calories burnt times 7, that's 7,000 calories, 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat. And so Jay, by doing this amount of cardio, burned 2 pounds of fat a week. And so if he goes on a 12-week cut, that's 24 pounds of fat. That's a lot. Probably lose over 10% of his body fat by doing this in only 12 weeks. And so in reality, he's doing more cardio than he probably needs to. I wouldn't advise you to start out by doing an hour and a half cardio a day. But remember, Jay progressed to this. He used a progressive overload. You just heard him. He was doing 40 minutes in the morning, added 20, that's an hour. Then he does 30 minutes at night. Perhaps when he first started doing cardio, he just did 40 minutes in the morning. And then later on, added 20 minutes to his morning routine. In previous shows, competing for the Mr. Olympia, for example, in 2009, said he used to do 45 minutes in the morning and 45 minutes at night. But really, it's calories in, calories out. Whether he did the full hour and a half in the morning or split it up into 2 sessions, 45 minutes in the morning and 45 minutes at night, it makes absolutely no difference in regards to your total net calories burned throughout the day. But if perhaps at 45 minutes you run out of energy, you're not eating enough, and you don't want to keep going, then it seems to make more sense to add the 45 minutes to your second cardio routine. If you can't keep up the intensity and you slow down, you're clearly going to burn fewer calories. And so if you get to that point, I don't advise you to keep going. I would call it a day, do it a bit later, or perhaps eat more. And please pay attention to this right now. If you're doing zone 2 cardio, that's a moderate pace, and you don't have the energy to keep going, it's because you're underfed. You're crash dieting. You haven't eaten enough and or you're overtraining. Perhaps you're lifting weights too hard. You're not getting enough sleep. You're abusing stimulants. Your cortisol is through the roof because you're not recovering. Because remember, zone 2 cardio should feel relatively easy. And if it feels hard, there's something wrong. Perhaps you suffered from an acute injury. Perhaps you're doing squats, you tweak something, and now when you're doing your cardio, you're in pain. Or perhaps it was a chronic overuse injury. You're doing so much cardio, you're now developing shin splints. Your anterior tibialis, muscle in front of the shin, it's feeling swollen, sore, and inflamed. And so with each step, it's progressing to cause you more and more discomfort. You have to slow down. Not to mention, we all get sick at times. I have bronchitis right now. I can barely perform my zone 2 cardio, and so I stopped training harder than last time. I can't do it. I can barely go to the gym and work out. If I do a hard set, I'm out of breath and it hurts. Even recording this video hurts. And so when doing cardio for fat loss, keep in mind you need to be able to recover and not to overtrain.
Hold on a second. Do you want to win bodybuilding contest between Jay being fuller or Jay being leaner? What is the ultimate goal?
And so Milo says, well, what is the look you want? You said in 2004 you did an hour and a half of cardio a day, but you were a little bit smaller. And so what do you want to do right now? Do you want to be the Jay Cutler who's more full and less shredded that wins the contest? Or do you want to be a Jay Cutler who's more shredded but a little bit smaller? And honestly, that's a perfectly valid question. Every bodybuilder has to go for a certain look. For me, I always said, I want to be shredded. I'm never going to be the biggest guy, but I can outcondition everyone else. And so I'm going to compete at my absolute best, sub 5% body fat. Perhaps they'll beat me on size, but I'm going to outcondition them. Remember, there's only so big you can get. Your genetics will dictate how lean you will ultimately become. No matter how many steroids I would ever take, I don't care what drug it is, I'm never going to compete at the Olympia weighing 245 pounds. It's not going to happen. But every one of us can get shredded. Everyone can lower their body fat to sub 5%. Not going to be easy. Some will suffer more than others, but everyone, if they truly want to, they can diet and suffer to get peeled out of their freaking minds. Not saying you should, and for most people, that is the hardest part. When you go to any bodybuilding competition and you see the people that don't win, and they ask the judges, what do I need to work on? What can I do to improve? Obviously, for the most part, they could say, oh, you could get bigger. But you know what they also could say? You could get more shredded. For the most part, most people competing in bodybuilding competitions are not lean enough. And why is that if it's something that everyone can control? Well, because it's hard. Once you're at 5-6% body fat, do you really think your body wants to keep dieting? But you know what makes it easier? Cardio. But yet people, so many coaches, they try to brag. Oh, my clients don't need to do much cardio. Cardio? Oh, that's bad. Going to tear down all your muscle. But yet we have Jay Cutler, Mr. Olympia champion, was doing an hour and a half a day. And I've seen Chris Bumstead posting the same, an hour and a half, sometimes over 2 hours cardio a day. And so many IFBB pro bodybuilders are resorting to doing multiple hours of cardio every single day to get that shredded, dry appearance on stage.
So you want to be a physique, men's physique.
I want to be a lot leaner because the shoulders aren't coming.
And so Jay says, look, I'm going to be a lot smaller. My shoulders are just not coming anymore. I don't have the time to put on that size. He's competing in, for example, a few weeks. You can't put on a bunch of muscle in your delts in a few weeks. He's 50 years of age. He can't grow huge, monstrous delts the way he had in his 30s. And so Milos, oh, you want to be a men's physique competitor? I mean, that is an insult. He's doing that on purpose to try to put him down. Jay Cutler clearly does not look like a men's physique competitor. Men's physique competitors, on the other hand, they have extra wide shoulders and extremely small waistlines. They are anything but small. In fact, men's physique competitors are oftentimes bigger than guys in classic physique. Men's physique has gotten too big, in my opinion. They should, in fact, be rewarding people who are slightly smaller than the ones that are competing right now.
You're lean already. So which direction you're going?
I'm eating.
You were 245 and you said you wanted to be 250.
Well, I don't.
But now you're 230
no,
something.
I don't know what my weight is. I haven't checked it, but I can tell you I'm probably leaner, so I would assume I dropped some weight.
And so Milos is saying, hey, you're already shredded. You were 245 pounds. Don't you want to be 250? And Jay's saying, well, I want to be more shredded. There are certain areas of my body I want to get leaner. And so perhaps he's shredded in his arms, shoulders, back. But perhaps he's not shredded in his calves. Perhaps he's not shredded in his glutes. He wants to look the way he wants to look. And he says for him, doing more cardio allows him to eat more and makes it easier. And remember, it's zone 2 cardio, walking on a treadmill, perhaps at 15 degrees, a slow walk. It's not that difficult, and so he can recover from it.
What do you think the world wants to see from Jay? They want to see you bigger or small?
I think him being rounder and fuller, not as shredded, would be a better look.
And so they have a discussion. What do you think the fans want to see? Do they want to see Jay Cutler, who's known for his cuts? Do they want him to be shredded, or do they want him to be full? And they both disagree with Jay, and they say, no, the world wants to see a fuller Jay, a bigger Jay, not a more shredded Jay. And for the most part, I have to agree with these two guys. Jay is not competing anymore. He's retired. And to see guys walk around at 4-5% body fat, it's not for regular people. This is for competitions only. It is not normal to have 5% body fat, nor is it healthy. And so for the average person to see someone at 5% body fat, it's like, what am I looking at? Like, what are you right now? You are so shredded at 5%, it doesn't make sense. And so, yeah, I think that most people would think that Jay would look better at, for example, 10% body fat. It looks healthier, especially at the age of 50. How many people, 50 years of age, and I'm getting up there, I'm almost 48 years of age. How many people think it's normal to be at 50 and be significantly leaner than I am? I'm under 9% body fat. I'm very lean. And I don't know if that's a good look. Would I look better if I lost 5 pounds of fat, or would I look better if I gained 5 pounds of fat? I think it's up to the person. Some people perhaps say, Coach Greg, if you lost a little bit more fat, you look that much better. Other people, Coach Greg, you're already too lean. Eat more and you look significantly better. Get some pounds on you. And so who knows?
But why do you do that second cardio session at night?
I do it after meal 5.
Yeah, so because you can't wait to have that egg white 6
No,
meal?
no, I feel like it's...
I would rather pass on cardio and eat less than do the cardio.
And so Milo says, well, I don't even know why you're doing the cardio at night. Why don't you just eat and go to bed? Perhaps just skip that meal. He's eating 6 meals a day. Remember, research only supports 5 meals a day. And so perhaps Jay could cut out the 6 meal and cut out the cardio. It would be an even trade-off. Personally, I don't think Jay needs to do an hour and a half of cardio. Remember, that's over 10 hours a week. That is a lot. It's more cardio than I'm doing. And so Milos has a very valid point. Said, Chris Aceto would say the same thing. I'd rather you do a little bit less cardio and eat a little bit less food. But Jay, he likes to eat. He wants those 6 meals a day. And so it just goes to show everyone is different. And so if you're a coach and you're coaching an athlete, they want to eat 6 meals a day and do 2 cardio sessions, then why not let them? There's more than one way to diet for competition. There's more than one way to get lean. Everyone is different. And so please tailor the diet and training programs towards your client's own individual needs.
You told me once before that, which year that you didn't even do the cardio?
01.
Yeah.
01. But I didn't have striated, like,
that's
glutes, you know, and
Today
that, it's so necessary, right?
And Milos points out, Jay, in 2001, you didn't do any cardio. Jay responds, yeah, but I wasn't as lean. And so, yeah, he looked great, but he wasn't as lean as he wanted to be. And by adding in cardio in future shows, it made it that much easier. And so please experiment. Try doing it with less cardio first, not none. Start with 150 minutes and see if you need more. If you get the result you're looking for without adding more, well, so be it. And so there you have it. Experiment with how much cardio you need. Some people need more than others. Some people hate cardio. Some people love it. Some people are always starving. Some people are not. And so depending on your own individual needs, if you're starving all the time, do more cardio, eat more. If you're never hungry, then perhaps you don't need to do as much cardio. And if you're looking to improve your cardio, look no further than GO2 Max, the main ingredient, NMN. Boy, this is a doozy. It works so well. Shown in double-blind, placebo-controlled human trials to have a dramatic improvement in your cardiovascular performance. So you're interested in GO2 Max or any of the supplements, click the link in the description, use code Greg, you're going to save 10%. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Don't forget to watch one of the bloops. And for cookbooks, training books, the Circle diet book, all of the Harder Than Last Time clothing, as well as all of these supplements, don't forget to use code Greg, save you 10% off. Watch one of those 2 bloops, and until next time, I am out.